Hi, my name is Peng, and I'm an online provider with Balanced Mental Health and Wellness. So it's May. We've nearly made it to the end of the school year. And oftentimes, what I hear is that towards the end of the school year, you're busy planning the things that you're going to do for the summer. Maybe you're focusing a little bit on what you're going to go ahead and do for next year. And some people might even say that they're spending a lot of extra time thinking about all the things that they need to get done before the end of the school year. And with that, people will often share that it makes it a little bit challenging at times to concentrate on what's happening in the here and now. So, I have a really useful strategy that can help you if you're having a hard time concentrating because you're thinking a lot about all of these things that you have to get done before the end of the year. But before I go in and talk about this activity, one of the things that I want to do is just to do a little bit of an exercise here with you for a moment. Now imagine that you're walking into a very dark room. And with that being said, you also happen to have a flashlight with you as you're walking into this dark room. If you notice, when you turn on the flashlight, you're only going to be able to see the areas of the room in whichever part that you highlight with your flashlight. So if I wanted to see what was behind me, I would have to turn my flashlight to behind me so that I can see what's going on there. Now, I bring this up because our brains are designed in a similar fashion, in that if we are focusing on one thing, it's often hard for us to then focus on something else at the same time. So, if you are actively thinking about all the things that you have to get done in the future, that means it's going to be really hard for you to focus on what's right in front of you, on the day-to-day tasks that you need to get done right now. So how do we go about dealing with this? Well, one useful strategy for shifting our focus away from all the future things that we have to do and recentering it on the front and center in the right now is to utilize a mindfulness activity. So mindfulness really is just a simple way in which you can shift your focus and be present in the here and now without judgment and without any sort of assumptions, but it's just fully embracing the here and now. So with that being said, there are multiple amounts of mindfulness activities that you can do, but I'm going to go ahead and teach you one very simple one that you can do just about anywhere, especially when your mind starts to wander off. So the mindfulness activity that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about is called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. And essentially how that works is that we are using our 5 senses to reground and recenter ourselves in the present. So how does this work? You might go ahead and name 5 things that you see. Then you might be able to name and identify 4 things that you hear. Then you might want to go ahead and do 3 things that you can feel or you can touch either with your hands or your body. And then you want to go ahead and do maybe 2 things that you smell with your nose. And finally end it with 1 thing that you can taste. So how about we try it right now? So with that being said, if you need a little bit more time, feel free to pause the video as we go, okay? So let's get started. Right now, look at your environment and name 5 things that you see. Okay, now let's go ahead and name 4 things that we hear. Let's go a step further now, and let's identify 3 things that we can feel, either with our hands or our body. Now, let's go ahead and name 2 things we can smell. Finally, let's go ahead and identify 1 thing we can taste. And there you have it, a very simple mindfulness activity to recenter and reground yourself in the present moment as is. All right, so I will see you all next month. Thank you.